members of the royal family talking amongst themselves, and naturally people are curious to find out what they said. And a lip reader did weigh in on this, and they said that reportedly Kate, when she was talking to Sophie, she was...
Queen Camilla has shocked the royal world by announcing her bold new tiara rules, shaking up the way Princess Kate and Duchess Sophie will wear the royal jewels. As the Queen Consort loosens the royal grip on these precious headpieces, expect the unexpected. Who will wear what and when is about to change forever. Let us unravel the dazzling drama behind this rule-breaking move and what it could mean for the future of royal fashion, and you won't believe what happens next. Queen Camilla's tiara rules unveiled. Tiaras aren't just shiny headpieces. They go way back, all the way to ancient Persia and Rome. Back then, they were all about showing power and prestige. Fast forward to European royalty, and tiaras became a must-have for noblewomen, whether they were born into the blue-blooded life or married into it. These sparkling crowns were more than pretty accessories. They were symbols of status and tradition, often tied to strict rules. Usually a woman wouldn't even dream of wearing one until she was married. And even then, they were often gifted or loaned out by the reigning monarch. Think of them as the original VIP pass to high society events. But there's one tiara, one in particular, that defies everything we know about royal tradition. Queen Elizabeth II was the ultimate collector, owning over 50 tiaras, each with its own backstory and set of rules. Some were so exclusive, they were reserved for specific royals. For example, the Lover's Knot tiara became practically synonymous with Princess Diana and later Princess Kate. But now Queen Camilla is putting her own spin on things. She's decided it's time to loosen up some of those old rules and make the tiaras more accessible to the royal women. That means pieces once tied to one person might now pop up on someone else. It's like a royal jewelry remix, and people have mixed feelings about it. Camilla herself has been spotted wearing jewelry previously associated with other royals. This move has stirred up talk about a more inclusive approach to the royal treasure chest. It's a shift that's reminiscent of how some European royal families, like Sweden's, share their tiaras like musical chairs. The idea is to make these heirlooms more collaborative, rather than locking them away for just one person's use. This isn't just about sharing, though. Queen Camilla's team has also been dusting off forgotten tiaras from the royal vaults. Some pieces that were thought to be lost or dismantled are making a comeback. And while some of these jewels are technically private property, rather than part of the official crown jewels, their reappearance has breathed new life into the royal collection. By bringing these treasures back into the spotlight, the Queen Consort is giving the monarchy a bit of a modern makeover while still honoring its rich history. All this talk of tiaras naturally leads us to Kate. Her story is one of contrast, blending the hardworking roots of her coal mining ancestors with the privileges of her upper-middle-class upbringing. Her journey from a small-town girl in Berkshire to the Princess of Wales is the stuff of fairy tales. But she's not just about glitz and glamour. Before marrying Prince William in 2011, she pursued a degree in art history, held various jobs, and was actively involved in charity work. Today, she's known for her focus on mental health, early childhood development, and addiction recovery. Kate has worn some of the most iconic tiaras in recent years, like the Lover's Knot, which she's rocked with her signature grace and elegance. But despite being a style icon, her tiara moments have been fewer lately. Speculation has swirled about whether Queen Camilla's new approach to tiara sharing might limit access to her favorite pieces. Some royal watchers were especially disappointed to learn that she might skip wearing a tiara at certain high-profile events this year, including the December state banquet. On the flip side, Duchess Sophie's journey into royalty couldn't be more different. Before marrying Prince Edward, Sophie worked as a PR executive. Her down-to-earth nature has made her a favorite among royal fans. She's also had her share of tiara moments, often opting for understated but elegant pieces. With the new tiara rules, Sophie might get more opportunities to shine in some of the royal family's most iconic jewels. The changes in tiara practices are about more than just jewelry. They reflect how the British monarchy is evolving to stay relevant in today's world. By embracing a mix of tradition and modernity, the monarchy is showing that even centuries-old institutions can adapt and grow. Whether you love or loathe the changes, one thing's for sure, the sparkle of these royal tiaras will continue to capture imaginations for generations to come. The world of royal jewelry is steeped in a history as rich as the gemstones themselves. Tiaras, diadems, and crowns have long been emblems of power, wealth, and grace. Historically, they were a privilege reserved for those of noble blood, marking milestones such as weddings, coronations, and diplomatic events. These headpieces were not just decorative, they were laden with symbolism, often representing alliances, victories, and familial pride. To wear a tiara was to carry a piece of history, a glittering fragment of the past that connected the wearer to a lineage of grandeur. In Britain, the rules surrounding tiaras have always been meticulous. These aren't just accessories you grab off a shelf. Each piece is cataloged, its history meticulously recorded, and its use strictly regulated. Some tiaras are part of the crown jewels, held in trust by the monarch, and available for ceremonial use. Others are personal possessions, passed down through generations as family heirlooms. The distinction between these categories adds another layer of complexity to an already intricate tradition. Recent decisions represent a significant departure from these norms. By promoting a more democratic approach to the royal jewelry collection, there's a challenge to long-held beliefs about exclusivity and privilege. This isn't the first time a royal figure has sought to modernize the monarchy. Queen Victoria and Princess Diana were both known for their willingness to break tradition, but the current approach feels particularly bold in its scope. It's not just bending the rules, it's rewriting them. A small change in royal traditions can have a big impact. What happens when tiaras become part of a shared story? Redefining royal elegance. This rewriting of the tiara rulebook has implications far beyond fashion. For one, it signals a shift in how the royal family views its role in the modern world. By making these treasures more accessible, there's a fostering of unity and shared heritage within the royal family. It's a subtle but powerful statement about inclusivity and collaboration, values that resonate with a contemporary audience. At the same time, this move has sparked debate among royal watchers and historians, some of whom see it as a dilution of tradition. To understand the impact of these changes, it's essential to consider the tiaras themselves. Each piece in the royal collection has a story to tell, a narrative woven from its origins, materials, and wearers. The Lover's Knot tiara, for instance, was commissioned by Queen Mary in the early 20th century and has since become one of the most iconic pieces in the royal collection. Its intricate design, featuring a series of diamond arches and dangling pearls, is a testament to the craftsmanship of its era. When worn, it's not just a fashion statement, it's engaging with a legacy that spans generations. Other tiaras in the collection are equally storied: the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland. Tiara, often worn by Queen Elizabeth II, was a wedding gift from the Queen's grandmother, Queen Mary. Its distinctive design, featuring a series of scrolls and festoons, has made it a favorite for official portraits and state occasions. Meanwhile, the Vladimir tiara, with its interchangeable pearl and emerald drops, represents a connection to Russian royalty and a tumultuous period in European history. By making these tiaras more accessible, the monarchy ensures that their stories continue to be told. Every time a royal wears one of these pieces, they're adding a new chapter to its history, enriching its narrative with contemporary relevance. This approach aligns with broader efforts to preserve and promote the royal family's heritage, from restoring historic properties to engaging with the public through social media and television appearances. The response to these tiara policies has been mixed. Supporters praise the willingness to adapt and innovate, viewing the actions as a sign of strength and vision. Critics, however, worry that these changes risk undermining the gravitas and mystique of the monarchy. They argue that the tiara's exclusivity is part of what makes them special, and that loosening the rules could erode their symbolic power. For Kate and Sophie, the implications of these changes are particularly significant. As two of the most visible members of the royal family, their choices, from the clothes they wear to the causes they support, are closely scrutinized. By sharing tiaras more freely, there's an opportunity to experiment and innovate, but also a challenging position. Every tiara they choose, every event they attend, will be seen as a reflection of the new policies and their own evolving roles within the monarchy. Queen Camilla recently attended a grand diplomatic reception at Buckingham Palace wearing the aquamarine ribbon tiara, a piece that exudes timeless elegance. This tiara, with its dazzling aquamarines set against intricate diamond ribbons, was a tribute to Queen Elizabeth II. Its revival underscores a thoughtful approach to royal traditions. This tiara moment is part of a larger trend where Queen Camilla is redefining what it means to wear royal jewelry. By choosing pieces that blend historical significance with modern appeal, she's sending a message about continuity and renewal within the monarchy. Her ensemble at the reception, a floor-length blue velvet gown paired with aquamarine jewelry, was a masterclass in styling that turned heads and made headlines. For Princess Kate, this shift in tiara traditions presents both an opportunity and a challenge. Known for her impeccable fashion sense, Kate has a history of wearing some of the most iconic tiaras from the royal collection. From the Cambridge Lover's Knot, famously associated with Princess Diana, to the Lotus Flower Tiara, Kate's choices often highlight her connection to royal history. Each appearance is carefully curated, with tiaras paired perfectly with gowns and accessories that enhance their timeless beauty. One standout moment was Kate's choice of the Cartier Halo Tiara for her wedding to Prince William. This tiara, with its delicate design and intricate craftsmanship, complemented her Alexander McQueen gown beautifully. It was a significant choice that symbolized her entrance into the royal family while honoring its traditions. Another memorable occasion saw Kate wearing the Lover's Knot tiara at a state banquet. The piece, adorned with diamonds and pearls, not only highlighted her elegance, but also paid homage to Diana's legacy. Recently, Kate brought back the Strathmore Rose Tiara, a piece not seen in public for nearly 90 years. This tiara, featuring diamond wild roses, was a wedding gift to the Queen Mother in 1923. By choosing it for a high-profile event, Kate demonstrated her ability to merge historical treasures with contemporary fashion. The move sparked widespread admiration and reminded the public of the depth and diversity of the royal collection. Meanwhile, Duchess Sophie has been carving out her own space in the world of royal tiaras. As the Duchess of Edinburgh, she has access to some of the most exquisite pieces in the collection. Sophie's style leans towards understated elegance, and her choices reflect her role as a modern royal. The Anthemian tiara, one of her signature pieces, is a prime example of her approach. Its classic design and intricate details make it a versatile choice that suits Sophie's refined aesthetic. Sophie's journey as a royal has been marked by a commitment to public service and a deep respect for tradition. Her tiara moments often underscore her dedication to these values. For instance, her appearances in aquamarine headpieces highlight her connection to the late Queen's collection while adding a touch of contemporary flair. These choices resonate with the public, showcasing Sophie's ability to balance tradition and modernity. Queen Camilla's influence extends beyond her own jewelry box. Her approach to royal tiaras has encouraged other members of the family to explore bolder, more distinctive pieces. By reviving long-forgotten items and incorporating them into her wardrobe, she has set a precedent for embracing the full breadth of the royal collection. This strategy not only honors the history of these pieces, but also ensures their continued relevance. Every tiara holds a story, and Camilla, Kate, and Sophie are finding new ways to bring them to life. Monarchs in modern times. One example of her innovative approach is her decision to wear an aquamarine brooch that once belonged to Queen Alexandra. This piece had been out of the public eye for decades before being brought back into the spotlight. The brooch's reappearance was a poignant moment, linking the current monarchy to its historical roots and demonstrating the enduring significance of these treasures. These choices also reflect an understanding of how royal jewelry can connect with the public. By wearing pieces with rich histories, she invites people to engage with the stories behind them. This approach was evident when she stepped out in a diamond stomacher, originally owned by the Queen Mother. Paired with a stunning red velvet gown, the piece was a showstopper that highlighted her knack for blending the old with the new. The impact of these tiara moments extends to Princess Kate and Duchess Sophie, who are navigating their own roles within the royal family. The emphasis on historical pieces aligns with Kate's commitment to preserving royal traditions. Her choices often reflect a deep appreciation for the stories behind the jewels she wears, adding a layer of meaning to her public appearances. Sophie's approach, while distinct, complements this trend. Her preference for elegant, understated tiaras showcases her ability to adapt royal traditions to her own style. By embracing pieces like the Anthemian tiara and aquamarine headpieces, Sophie demonstrates her respect for the collection while making it her own. The interplay between these three women highlights the evolving nature of royal tiara traditions. Each brings a unique perspective to the table, contributing to a richer, more dynamic understanding of what it means to wear these iconic pieces. Whether it's bold revivals, thoughtful nods to history, or modern elegance, each tiara moment adds to the ongoing narrative of the British monarchy. In recent months, Camilla's influence has been particularly evident. Her choice to wear prominent pieces of royal jewelry on significant occasions underscores her role as a unifying figure within the family. By showcasing items like the aquamarine ribbon tiara and the diamond stomacher, she reinforces the continuity of the monarchy while embracing its evolving identity. Kate's tiara appearances continue to captivate the public. Her ability to balance tradition and modernity has made her a style icon, and her choices often set the tone for royal fashion. Whether it's the Cartier Halo tiara or the Strathmore Rose, her selections highlight a keen eye for detail and an understanding of the symbolic power of these pieces. Sophie's role as the Duchess of Edinburgh has brought her tiara moments into sharper focus. Her understated approach complements her commitment to public service, and her choices often reflect a deep respect for the values of the royal family. By embracing pieces like the Anthemian tiara, Sophie adds her own chapter to the story of the British monarchy. As these three women continue to shape the narrative of royal tiaras, their choices offer a glimpse into the evolving identity of the monarchy. Each piece tells a story, connecting the past with the present and offering a vision for the future. Whether it's a long-lost treasure brought back to life or a modern interpretation of a classic design, these tiaras symbolize the enduring legacy of the British royal family. Once upon a time, Queen Camilla decided to stir things up in the royal world by tweaking the rules on tiara wearing for Kate and Sophie. While the announcement didn't exactly come with a detailed handbook, the royal watchers quickly pieced together the gist. The new guidelines were a mix of tradition, modern vibes, and a little bit of Camilla's personal touch. Let's dive into how these sparkling changes unfolded and what they mean for the royals. Over the years, Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, has built quite a reputation for her unique tiara moments. Her choices always seem to walk the line between history and glam, making her a go-to style icon in royal circles. One standout piece is her radiant Anthemian tiara, which she debuted on her wedding day. This beauty, crafted from vintage jewels from Queen Elizabeth's private stash, has a fan-like design that gives a nod to Victorian vibes. It's one of those timeless pieces that Sophie knows how to work like magic, whether she's attending a royal wedding in Norway or gracing a grand banquet in Monaco. But Sophie's collection doesn't stop there. She's got an eye for aquamarines, and her Wessex aquamarine tiara is proof. This custom-made masterpiece, with its striking blue centerpiece, isn't just for her head. It can transform into a necklace too. Talk about versatility. Sophie's worn it to everything from galas to state dinners, making it a showstopper every time. Kate is no stranger to jaw-dropping tiaras either, often dazzling in pieces with deep royal roots. Her go-to lotus flower tiara, a delicate design with floral patterns, is a fan favorite. This piece has its own history, first crafted in 1923 for the Queen Mother, and now a symbol of her elegant yet approachable style. Whether she's pairing it with a soft pastel gown or a sleek navy dress, she knows how to let the tiara shine without overpowering the rest of her look. Now, with Queen Camilla at the helm, the rules of the tiara game are shifting slightly. Camilla herself has made waves by choosing lesser-known pieces from the royal vaults. Instead of sticking to the same old head-turners, she's been bringing hidden gems into the spotlight. This fresh take seems to be her way of keeping the royal traditions alive while adding a splash of personality. Camilla's influence isn't just about which tiaras make the cut, it's also about how they're styled. For instance, she's subtly encouraging Kate and Sophie to mix things up, perhaps by pairing bold tiaras with unexpected outfits or embracing designs that haven't been seen in decades. It's a move that shows off the monarchy's rich history while proving it can still surprise us. Take Sophie's recent appearance at a banquet honoring Japan's Emperor and Empress. She debuted the lotus flower tiara, a piece previously worn by Kate. It's a perfect example of how the royals are beginning to share these treasures, blending their personal styles with a shared sense of heritage. Sophie's look was a hit, seamlessly merging tradition with her signature flair. Meanwhile, Kate's polished and poised approach to royal fashion has embraced Camilla's guidelines by choosing tiaras that align with her understated yet regal aesthetic. For example, at a state banquet for the South Korean president, her pick showcased her knack for harmonizing classic and contemporary vibes. Should royals continue to share iconic jewelry like the lotus flower tiara? Or should each piece remain with its original wearer? Drop your comments, like, and subscribe for more.